Hello and welcome to Sunshine Fitness. My name is Sally and today we have a 20-minute video focusing on muscle strength development, balance and joint mobility. So this routine is designed to make standing, lifting and moving feel easier for you every day. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, comment and subscribe so we can reach more folk who will benefit from these exercise videos. Okay, let's get started with a quick warm-up. So we're going to go through this twice. Round one is going to be lower body first, and then we're going to move into the upper body as well. So we're just going to start by taking in some deep breaths, just lifting the arms up overhead. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay, so lower body, we're going to start by marching the legs to the tempo of 1, 2, 3, hold. So just 1, 2, 3, hold. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, hold. So this is all just to prepare our bodies, increase our heart rates and prepare muscles for work. We're looking to improve the circulation and ready us for the exercise ahead. Excellent. Next we're going to move on to some seated hip openers. So we're going to take the knee out and in, and as we do this we really are being intentional about taking the knee out and in and not just moving the foot to the side and back in. We really want to just open up the hip flexors here safely, gently as we start off. Hands are just resting upon the hips, breathing through. Excellent. So moving on to alternating heel digs. So we're just tapping the heel out in front of us, still maintaining an upright posture through the upper body and breathing with ease. Excellent. Really looking to focus in on this warm up on just warming up those quadriceps on our thighs, the hamstrings and the back of the thighs, our hip flexors, shoulders and core. So spinal rotation here. So sitting up again in the chair, feet are about hip width apart, and you're just going to draw one elbow back at a time as you just lightly glance behind you. No strain in the neck here. Excellent stuff. Okay. And now we're going to reach one arm up at a time and then lower the chest towards the thighs. So this is our lower back extension, and obviously just taking the shoulder overhead. If you have any shoulder niggles today, please just take the arm out in front instead. Excellent stuff. So this is just helping to bring some mobilization into the lower back. We're going to be doing quite a few of these exercises today, a really key area to give attention to. So back to our march, our 1, 2, 3, hold, and this time we're going to tap the knee as we lift and hold it. That's it. It just helps encourage us to hold that knee long enough to lower the hand from behind the ear to tap the knee. That's it. As the shoulders are relaxed and fingers are tucked behind the ear. Lovely. So, combining movements here, back into the hip opener. We've got the elbows tucked into the side of the waist, and as we take the knee out to the side, we open up the hands, that's it, opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Excellent. So many of these exercises are focused in on improving posture. Lovely. So heel digs here with alternating punches. That's it. Fist is lightly held with the fingers tucked into the palm and the thumb over the top of the first two fingers. That's it. A little bit of coordination when we can bring it in. Rotating the hands both ways. And you're done. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we are going to begin the main section here, and we are going to be starting with a series of sit to stands. So this is all about improving our functional strength for daily tasks. So for this movement, we are going to be taking the heels back underneath the knees, weight into the heels, You can take the arms behind, keeping the eye line lifted as you lift up the hands. So we're looking to lift up as opposed to propelling forwards. We don't want to propel forwards just because we can over tip, and we do not want to do that. So we're just lifting up. If you want to make it a little harder on yourself, eliminate the arms and just hold them lightly in front of your chest, so that the effort here is going into the legs and the bottom, which you can squeeze as you come to stand. Fantastic. Okay, wiggling out the knees there, move behind your chair, at which point you realize there is a mini Shiba Inu in your way, at which point you have to deliberate what to do with said puppy, who then magically disappears. She is safe and well. Okay, so into calf raises. So we're standing tall, holding onto the chair lightly, which is going to help with our balance, and we're going to be lifting our heels up onto our toes and then lowering with control. So focus here on a slow, deliberate movement as we really work into the calves and helping to strengthen the ankles, which really aids with stability and the propulsion for walking. So don't underestimate these small but mighty moves. Excellent stuff. Okay. So, picking up an optional hand weight, we're going back into our warm-up move, which is the hip opener. So 2 ways to do this as we demonstrate it. One is with the toes on the ground opening the knee, the other is with the foot lifted opening the knee. So we've got that elbow tucked into the side of the waist. We're adding in a weight for that extra challenge here. That's it. As we work into the upper back, also into the core, as well as that all-important hip area. Excellent stuff. So we're just looking to build leg strength and balance and some stability here, focusing on the hip. And certainly the balance if you're lifting that foot off the ground. Beautiful. We're going to be doing both sides. So just keeping that eye line straight ahead, trying not to look down, and that really helps aid with the balance. Brilliant. So we're going to shift to the other side. Again, holding the chair lightly or even just removing the hand entirely. We're going to gently open one leg to the side and then return it. And as you do, we are opening up the hand as well. So almost operating like a chest opener here. So we are just tapping into those hip abductors and into the upper back. Beautiful. So we're aiding mobility here through the hip and through the shoulder. Breathing through, and again working on balance as you feel comfortable to do so. Challenge yourself, but never to a point of pain or distress. I want to encourage you to keep exercising your beautiful body. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, so standing behind the chair now, hands again lightly holding the top. We're going into a single leg lunge. Now this is a 1.5 repetition lunge. So we're stepping one foot back into a lunge stance, up onto the toes. We lower halfway, we come back up, then lower fully and return to the top. So that's the 1.5 repetition. And so this is helping to build leg strength and that single leg balance and stability. So sometimes we can have one side that overcompensates due to weakness in the other side. And so by focusing on one side at the time, we're just hopefully correcting imbalances there in hip stability and into the knees as well. So well done. These are not easy. You can just do a single leg lunge as you gently lower and lift. But as I say, we really want to build up that strength through the quads. So we're going down, 1.5 lunge, repetition and back up. So that foot, that back foot is working really hard up on the toes there. Never underestimate foot strength. It's so important for our walking ability, to walk well, to lift the toes so that we just eliminate risks of tripping. And even if we do catch our toes on something, that we can quickly catch ourselves by doing a heel toe action to get that foot safely on the floor, keeping us upright. Beautiful. Breathing through. Talking to hopefully distract you slightly as well from how this may be feeling. Well done, that's great. Okay, so moving on from your quadriceps, hamstrings and glutes. Okay, we're going to be doing some abdominal work here. Excellent, and shoulders. Brilliant. So, standing abdominal crunch with our single weighted hand. So, optional light dumbbell, holding it in one hand. We're standing tall to the side of the chair. Again, lightly holding the chair. We're going to lift the weighted arms straight overhead. And as you bring the knee up into a crunch, pull the weighted elbow down towards your hip. Okay? And we're going to work one side at a time. That's it, brilliant. Focusing in on that core stabilization. Breathing steadily through. Well done. That is not easy. I'm only carrying a 3-pound dumbbell, and believe you me, I can feel that because we're repeating the exercise so many times. So this is a great one for the shoulder, but if it irritates the shoulder, please just omit the weight. That's it. Or keep the elbow below shoulder height. So you can lift and lower the elbow, but just keep it below shoulder height. Excellent. So this is a really powerful move, as I say, into that abdominal area. It also improves dynamic balance. If you just place maybe a couple of fingers on the chair, because you're moving whilst balancing on one leg, and you can really challenge yourself by keeping your lifting foot off the floor. Well done. Believe you me, she didn't find that easy either. Excellent stuff, guys. Okay, so focusing in further on the balance aspect. So we're coming back to the side of our chair. Now with our left leg, we're going to mark through 3 positions on a clock face. So I want you to imagine straight in front of you is 12 o'clock, directly to your left is 9, and then immediately behind you is 6 o'clock. And what you're going to do is move your foot and leg out in towards those positions. So this is really challenging our balance. We're trying to keep our gaze directly ahead, whether towards the floor, but out in front, not directly beneath you, or straight ahead. So we're switching sides. We're going to do this exercise twice through on both sides, because it's such a brilliant exercise just to work through the sort of multiplanar, what they refer to as multiplane movement. By moving the leg, you're moving the hip into 3 different positions. That's it. And bearing weight onto the ankle. Okay? And so this can really help, again, with positioning ourselves as we just go about life. When we may have to suddenly sidestep somebody on a pavement, or step back down from somewhere, or just take a larger step forwards. It's helping to grow confidence in our positioning, because sometimes we just have to move in ways we weren't anticipating. But these exercises all add up, and you'll find your body is just growing in muscle memory as you keep coming back to these workouts and repeating these exercises through. So you could do this particular exercise 3 times a week. That's it. It just helps with hip opening, balance, and strength from ankle through up until the hip. Excellent work. Okay. We're nearly done. You're doing such a good job. Okay, so moving into the upper body here. We're performing a single arm overhead press, clutching the weight to the chest, holding the tummy in as you then perform a flat back. Please don't be tempted to drop all around the shoulders. By holding the weight to the chest, it stops that temptation to try and lower the arm to the floor. You've got soft knees, we're switching sides. That's it. So that lovely extension through the back, and again working through the shoulder and bicep. Excellent work. You're hinging at the hips. Beautiful. Well done. Okay, so we're going to safely come back to our chair, lowering ourselves down to perform our final exercise. Scooch slightly forward here so there's room between your back and the back of the chair. Optional hand weights, just check out this movement here as we go into lean backs with a bicep curl. You don't have to hold the weights, okay? Chair exercises are no joke. This is really focusing in on those abdominals, tightening all down the front of your stomach muscles there as you lean back and counterbalance with the weights going out in front of you. Brilliant stuff. So obviously working into your biceps as well. Fantastic. So you're strengthening your abdominals whilst maintaining posture and building arm strength. What a fantastic move. And a brilliant one to finish on. Excellent work. Okay, fantastic job today. Let's cool it down. So we're going to stay seated and just move through some gentle stretches. And you can perform each stretch for about 20 seconds. We're starting with the rotation, sitting up tall, hands on the knees, and gently draw the arm back behind you. Again, with the head slightly turning to the side. We're now going to go into a hamstring stretch. So sitting tall, knee is bent, hands are always on that bent leg as opposed to the straight leg. We don't want to put any pressure on the joint when that leg is straight. Sit with a firm foundation on that bent leg. Excellent. Changing hands, bending the other leg. That's it. Straight right leg as you lower the chest forward. That's it, stretching all the way down the back of the hamstring there. Breathing through. Excellent. Excellent work. So into a seated, it's almost like a cat-cow position. So you're rounding your back, dropping your chin to your chest. That's it. And then proud chest forwards as you breathe out. That's it. Excellent. So rounding the upper back and then proud chest. Beautiful. So with the arm now, we're drawing a figure of 8. So this is a beautiful sweeping motion with the arm. This is all gently drawing the heart rate down as well, as just relaxing through the shoulder and a little rotation as well into the upper body. Beautiful. This feels like a true sunset movement. Beautiful. Okay. So, final stretch through the back and the chest here, making this move more prominent as you press the hands away, lowering the chin, and then breathe deeply as you take the arms behind you. Again, please move through this in your own time. You can continue doing those movements as long as you like, as we just go into a side stretch on the neck, gently lowering it in towards the shoulder, and then finally with the chin to the chest. Excellent work. And then turning the head side to side. Excellent. So finishing as we started with that side stretch, alternating arms, reaching up and over. Beautiful. And then just prepare yourself now to have a well-deserved moment of relaxation. Sitting back comfortably in your chair, you can close your eyes if you wish, and then just rest the back of your hands on your thighs. Excellent. And as ever, I always just love to leave you with a very short prayer. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favour and give you his peace. So, Lord, I just pray for your blessing of love, protection, and graciousness over everybody watching this video today. May they know your love and feel your strength through the presence of Jesus Christ. Amen. Excellent, guys. Well done. If you enjoyed today's class, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Sunshine Fitness. But you've done a great job, and I'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.